Hope everybody's doing well today. Today's soap is brought to us by Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. Name of this one here is Dixie. This was made for a Facebook shave group. It says here, Dirty South Shavers. The return is smooth. Always have to read that. That's what it looks like here on the inside. It starts out being 4 ounces, but I've got less than 4 now. Been digging in it a few times. It is a very nice scent. I've got a scent description down below. That'll help somebody maybe. I know sometimes I read it and it doesn't mean a whole lot to me. I just have to smell it, and it's a pretty nice scent. I like it. I got that matching aftershave to go right along with it also. I've got it whipped up over here in a wooden bowl. It's wet. It's not exactly drippy by any means, but it is moist. This is a get it straight. Amber Aerolite. This one here is 24 millimeter knot. The bottom of the handle, I don't know if the light will give it any justice. The bottom of the handle is red. The top part is black. Synthetic knot. Looks pretty good. I'm going to add just a little bit more water to it. But I was having fun this morning getting it whipped up here in the bowl. Stopping just short of just making it big and fluffy. Yeah, just a little bit more water in there. It has a tendency to do that by the time I get done and doing other things I'm doing in here, and it thickens up a little bit. Add a little bit more water. The blade of the day is going to be Gillette Nacet. And this is what it comes wrapped in, if you're wondering, just a single piece of paper. I don't know if you want to call them glue dots or wax dots or whatever, but it does come with that. Typically that doesn't bother me until it comes time to get the blade out of the cap and the head. It doesn't want to come out too easy sometimes, especially if you use some fairly warm water to warm it up with. This here is a Parker 24C. This is my first open comb razor that I ever got. Let's see if I get it turned around. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but it says India right there on the bottom of the base plate right there. And this does come with a wee bit of weight. If I remember right, it's like 3.4 ounces, and it's a lot like the 48R, in 3 3/4 inches in length, I think it is. It does feel pretty heavy, especially in comparison to anything that is aluminum. For me, I would consider this one here, I would say it's a solid, on the aggression level, a solid medium. There is a bit of blade feel to it, but for me, I never felt that it was to the point of being uncomfortable. In other words, not real aggressive, over the top, or anything like that. Always felt that it was a pretty good shaver, to be starting out with, and it is, like I say, one of my first open combs, and felt quite comfortable with it from the get-go. And I think it may have something to do with the fact that my 48R has a similar shave feel to it. And I was already accustomed to it, and that's what I started out with, and I guess you might say I didn't know much of anything in the way of mild shavers till later on. And this one here is pretty nice. For some people, especially nowadays with everything that's readily available, more so than when I started out. And when it comes to open combs, not all open combs are aggressive by any means. They've changed over time, and some of them are, I guess you might say, a bit milder. But with that open comb, allowing some of that soap to pass by, as well as some of the whiskers if you got several days worth of growth that you're trying to knock down. Once again, the price range is right around the $30 mark, just depending on where you're shopping at. I went ahead and checked again late last night. Modern Man, it's a UK website, still out of stock on their Parker razors. They still have them listed. They just have them listed as out of stock, so I'm assuming that means that they're still going to carry them. They just haven't got anything in the way of replacements. It smells great. I can't even begin to describe the scent. I don't pick up, in other words, one in particular note or anything of the sort. Not with my nose. Your nose probably will, but not mine. Just not, it's listed as 24 millimeter. To me, it seems more like 26 to me, but seems like a pretty good size knot for 24. Maybe you call it a 24 plus, huh? I don't think I have ever used this blade in this razor. I don't recall. You can kind of see that it's leaving some shaving cream behind, lather, if you will. This is one of my favorite open combs, though. It's efficient. It's got just enough blade feel on there to keep you honest. In other words, you're not going to be putting too much pressure on it. Yeah, it keeps you honest. Works along those lines, letting the sharpness of the blade, the weight of the razor do the work for you. You're just guiding it across your face. I was able to catch a couple of videos, and one of them with Dave talking about Frank, and I guess Frank got his test results back from COVID test that tested negative, which is a good thing. It's always good to hear those sort of reports. And also, so I got partway through the inspector's video with a, I guess you might say, relatively new to the market, I think, shaver. I think it's Global Shave. He's got it out where this particular razor on the cap has American flag on it, which is pretty cool. My nose is still able to pick up the scent as I'm putting it on my face. So definitely not weak. But like I said, with my nose, some days it's hard to know how well it's going to work. I know yesterday it seemed to be working pretty well. I was smelling stuff that I hadn't smelled in quite a while, which is kind of interesting. Makes me wonder what it'd be like if it actually worked every day like that. Temperature around here has been kind of bizarre. I think it's like 20 degrees cooler today. It's supposed to be. Like yesterday got like 67 degrees, I think it is. And today I think it's supposed to be 45-ish or something of the sort. Anyway, it's Oklahoma weather. That's typical around here. Get a little bit of wild stuff. Matter of fact, yesterday, just to the north of us, they had I think it's tornado watch or maybe even a warning. I can't remember which one it was. Which kind of, I guess you might say, shocking. Yeah, we're down towards the end of January and got tornado watches. Yeah, but with this kind of weather, to me, you kind of figure there's something unexpected is going to happen. When you get 67-degree weather in January, something's not right. Something bad's going to happen. We kind of figure, around here that we're going to pay for it. Usually, it's not uncommon toward the end of March, going into April, somewhere right there in that time period, that we don't get either some ice or snow or something of the sort. And it won't be a whole lot, but just enough to inconvenience you for a day or two. Especially those that are driving back and forth to work. I'm still working from home, and they sent out a email day before yesterday. It'd be on Friday. Yesterday was Saturday. Get my day straight, huh? That they're not expecting us to return to the office until, I know this is kind of an odd date, July the 19th. In other words, not the beginning of the month. No, it's July the 19th. So, anyway, I was kind of thinking that the decision might be made on where they, especially for the state of Oklahoma, Texas, Kansas, guess you might say that those 3 states, where are we at in the way of getting our vaccinations? In other words, most of the population's got it by that point in time, or where are we at in that aspect, as opposed to kind of giving a little bit of a dictation there when we might be coming back. This is pretty efficient. Got something back there. That's a hair. And it's not mine, of course. This is pretty efficient. There's not a whole lot left on the Against the Grain pass done on my neck, which is a pretty good indication that the shave is going very well. There is a 26C looks just like this one here, with the exception of this portion right through here is black. It'll look very, very similar. And as far as I know, that's the only difference. They shave the same, as far as I know. But it is a different look. And you'll kind of notice that too, which is not uncommon for manufacturers to have a particular razor that has different kinds of color to it, different look. Which I like. Jeremy, he's got a YouTube channel, Traveling Shaver, or not so much nowadays because of COVID. Here recently, he has a Irving Barber shavette, and if you're not familiar with them, it's a very universal type shavette. It'll take DE blades snapped in half, Artist Club blades. It'll also take injector blades. I mean, it's a very versatile shaver. And the scales will come in different colors. And he got one, I think right around Christmas, I think it is his, the one that he got it's red. And I do mean red. It's not a burgundy, not like that. It's red. And it looks really good. And so for me, in other words, when I first got mine is all chrome. Fingerprint magnet, in other words, type chrome. And I really liked that one. But then I saw the red one. It's like, oh my gosh. It's like, there's one that's going to be pulling on me. Because it looks good. So, I mean, colors do help a lot in the way of selling some razors. Even though it's the same one, it's not going to change the way you shave or the shave feel. But colors do make a difference for me. Focus, Slim, another shavette that come in multiple colors. Focus Dynamic, which is a single edge pivoting head. That one there comes in multiple colors too. So the Slim I got was a green one, and the Dynamic is a red one. So, it's nice to have some color added to your shave, if that's, affects how you enjoy your shaves. It's starting to drop just a little bit. I have to say, for me, when it comes to shave gear, it's what, $4.95 for the Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements alum block, and with rubber band, of course, and witch hazel. This one here, I got on the cheap. It was $2 at Marshall's, but normal price, I guess you might say, for this particular witch hazel, $5.99 for this size, which is 8, and I think the 12 ounces. It depends, on what day, because sometimes I see it at $6.99, sometimes $7.99, but just a few bucks more. But this stuff lasts for a good long moment, as well as the alum block. Probably some of the more cost-effective additions that you can bring to your shaved in. And you can get some witch hazel even cheaper than that, just depending on what your criteria is. This one here is cucumber and melon. In other words, it's got a scent to it. But if you want something without a scent, in other words, you can go somewhat cheaper if you're not particular about a name brand. But Thayer's, I don't know. I kind of got hooked on the Humphreys, and not only that, it's easier for me to find Humphreys than it is the Thayers. Thayers, you know, is supposed to be carried by Target. The Target around here, when I pop in, take a look at it, there, it's either out of stock or they put something else where it's used to be. Anyway, it's just, how can you say, they're really available unless I look online. And I don't know, I already got hooked up with this, so, and no, that's a good price. I should mention the cap. It does look round, it is round, but it's got flat spots all the way around, making it easier to grab a hold of. I know I mentioned it before, but for me that is a big deal. Being able to grip it after you get done shaving with that slippery soap. And the restrictor is built into the glass container there. It's not super big, but it's not tiny either. This is a nice scent. And I do think when it says return to smooth, that's probably the best way to describe the scent, as being smooth. At least that, per my nose, that's what I pick up. It is smooth. It is really nice. I sure am glad I got this. I've got a few of the Dirty South Shavers meetup soaps and aftershaves. I think this one here might have been 2017. So far I've been able to find them online. It's one of those shave meetups. One of these days I hope to make it. Boy, I don't know though. Especially since COVID, the way that it is, my best expectations that we're going to be kind of under restrictions, if you will, until going into the next year. It just does not seem like it's going to go away anytime soon. So on that note, I hope everybody's doing well. Stay safe, stay healthy, and smooth shaves to you.